All right, Melina, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna build my own garden.
Are you gonna be a part of the garden?
Mm-hmm. And we gonna put seeds in these.
And Mama is gonna make sure they don't die. And you're not gonna pee on them. All right, we're starting a garden for the kids. Let's get it done. We got the holes in so that it'll drain. Now the next part is putting our soil mixture. Top soil goes first. Now we are going with
Potting soil.
potting soil.
Now it's time for the stinky stuff.
Top it all off with some good old manure, or as Melina calls it, the stinky stuff. We got a pool to go swimming in now.
We have some of Melina's favorites. We have lemon balm, mint, we got cucumbers, of course. We got some really sweet cherry tomatoes for Miss Delilah and strawberries. And then we also have some chamomile seeds that we're going to sow into the garden. So just a little bit of different things. We're not sure exactly how it's all going to do in the kiddie pool with the depth of it. That's why we made sure to top as much soil as we could in here to give it the depth that the plants might need. What's your favorite one?
This one.
The mint?
The mint, because we can make tea with it.
Yeah, we can make mint tea.
What's your favorite one?
Tomatoes.
The tomatoes?
Tomatoes, Mommy, and I rake them now.
Is it time to put the plants in there? Are you protecting the garden, boy? You protecting the garden? Good boy. We got the garden set up for the girls. We just got it done. It's all watered. A few things that you saw that we did is, one, we drilled holes in it. Drilling the holes will allow that so that when it rains, it's not going to soak up in there. It allows the water to drain out. So make sure you put holes in the bottom of it if you're going to be using a kiddie pool. The second thing is we use starts. The reason that we use starts is for the girls. Also, using the starts and putting those into the ground for them, what it's going to be nice is now they actually see the plants already, so it gives them that motivation to come out here, water them, and see that fruit grow a little bit quicker than it would be from growing from seeds. This is a little bit later in the season also, so starts is a better idea for us. Chelsea got this at a garage sale for $1, this little trellis, and it's going to work out because we got cucumbers here, so it'll help grow up so that we can help support them once they start gaining some weight and start kind of producing the cucumbers. And the last thing that you're gonna notice is we put a fencing around it. And obviously, if you wanna try to stop any kind of like pests that are gonna get into your garden and try to ruin any of them. But really the main reason we did this is so that the dogs don't get to it. So we may have to make that higher up for when the plants get a little bit bigger, but we just didn't want the dogs peeing on it and destroying the plants or eating it. So this was the better way to protect it from our dogs. And the goal for that garden is the girls will take responsibility of it. They've had their hands in our garden and will help out as well. But we wanted them to have their own thing to kind of produce and try to use their own skills and kind of have their own, because although they help out with our garden over there, it'll be nicer for them to feel more accomplished about something that they're doing and using their own skills to produce food. So we want to try to establish that with them.
All right, I have some bare root strawberries that I need to get planting. I have been waiting for this to come They took forever. They were supposed to come like the week after my frost date, and they just came about a few days ago. And so we need to get some more strawberries planted because we have quite a bit, but it's not producing a lot. I'm hoping with us having strawberries planted a little bit everywhere, we can see where they grow best, and we will at least get a little bit, hopefully, to can or make strawberry jam out of. We are so excited for the girls to just be involved in the whole process of growing our food and learning of where it comes from and how it's developed. I think it's so important for kids to have a good understanding of where our food comes from and to understand that it just doesn't magically appear at the grocery store. There are so many people, especially adults, that are just so disconnected from the food system, and it really takes away the importance of really valuing the food and not wasting it and just having kind of a respect for it. Including the kids in the process of growing the food helps them understand how much hard work is involved in making the food possible, right, for us to eat. They can see that it's more than just going to the store and simply buying it, that there's so many other people involved working hard for them to be able to eat that food. And I mean, kids are just so prone to like take a bite out of things and be done with it. But it is our hope that we grow a really good relationship with our kids and food, and not just so they don't waste the food, but really so that they understand that food is meant to serve their bodies, and food has a huge impact on your overall health, and we really just want our kids to kind of have that understanding and respect for food. We all like to splurge and have like the yummy food here and there, but we really just want our kids to make healthy choices with food naturally and not it be like a thing that they're forced to do from us. So hopefully by us growing our food here and showing them the process and them being hands-on, they just develop a love for it, and they really will hopefully eventually value it. All right, I have my little container completely full. One level of the green stalk container takes about 40 pounds of potting soil, and this is how the bare root strawberry plants came. They came all bunched up like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and dig a spot deep enough for these to be able to be buried in, and then I'll probably leave just like this little top part exposed a little bit. I'm doubtful that we're gonna have strawberries this year, but you never know. These things kind of surprise me. What are you doing? Did you find my phone? I have a little helper in the garden. Theo. He has been sitting in that chair over there, but now he discovered my phone and he's on to bigger and better things. What are you doing? Really don't recommend buying strawberries like this. I thought that they would be here a lot sooner than what they were, and I ended up going to a local farmer's market, and they had these beautiful well-established strawberry plants for I believe $8 a piece. I believe that's how I'm gonna get my strawberry and raspberry plants. It was just such a great value, and the plants were so well established and healthy, and those ones are producing so many berries. My mom got me a plant, I believe from Home Depot, and I split that one up into 10 different strawberry plants, and that one has just been really struggling. So I don't know if I wasn't supposed to split it like I did. I thought you were. I kind of just did it like I'm doing here into different plants, but I seem to be having a really hard time. Really recommend finding a farmer's market or a local nursery and buying it from there rather than an online place like I did here. I actually got these from Michigan Bulb, and I thought they were from Michigan. That's why I bought them, because I was like, oh, I'll support local because we're from Michigan. Turns out they are not from Michigan, which I was super bummed about. Theo, are you eating dirt? Don't eat dirt. It's not chocolate. Oh. There. Don't eat. No. They actually say you're supposed to have like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of dirt a day to help your microbiome stay healthy, but I prefer not be like raw dirt. Theo! Pretty cool, because he will really never know what life is like not being on a property like this and kind of living the way that we've been living. Our girls have had to adjust over the past year on how we're doing things differently and just kind of the way our life is a little differently. But he will never really know, and eventually our girls probably won't even remember what it was like. But I think it's important for us parents to remember that we set the normal for our kids. How we establish our home and the practices that we do every day, and just our home culture really establishes the normal for them. And just because society is doing things one way and going off and changing, you know, everything, it doesn't mean that we have to follow suit if that's not what we feel is best. It's important for parents to remember that, to kind of take their power back and to change their family culture if they feel is necessary, and give their children a childhood that they feel is valuable. And that's really what we are trying to do here with growing our food and just taking responsibility with the animals, and I guess eating dirt. He's still eating it. Why are you doing that? I would have never let this happen if he was my firstborn. Really, never. I am definitely excited to see where we go in future years and how we grow as a family, because not only are our girls learning so much, but Tom and I are learning right alongside with them. And I think that puts a kind of different perspective too. We're all on the same playing field here of learning and growing, and it's a lot of fun. We get some water on these guys and they should be all set to complete in the green stock. Now I have a completely full green stock. Tom and I were just talking about how we really want to put our green stock on like some type of cinder blocks or something, because it is really hard. I don't know if you can see the weeds and all that have overgrown. So we really want to get it off the ground, that way all the weeds and stuff aren't in it and it's easier to pick the lettuce, because that's what we have on the bottom right now. So it probably won't be a project for today, but that is in the future.